Today on Pull Start Stables, we're going to do a little trimming, we're going to do a little cleaning, and maybe we'll throw in a little bit of a food plot. Now, it would be great to be able to rake this up and push it to the side, but I think I'm going to try a cultivator as a rake and just drag it, see what happens. Round two. We're going to see what we can do with a cultivator and rake this up. Sorry about that. It is very apparent that I need a rake. I'm almost done using the cultivator, but I think if I'm going to have a sickle bar in my collection, I'm going to have to figure out something for a hay rake. Now I guess we'll talk about real fast why I am stripping all of this away instead of tilling it under. And with the one bottom plows, if there's really long field trash, it doesn't plow very well. So I figured I would just scrape it away. I could probably benefit from the nutrients of tilling it under, but for the sake of getting a food plot in right now, I'm going to just continue to strip the ground of all the excess growth and then plow the short stuff under. That'll give a little bit of nutrients as it breaks down, and I'm also benefiting by scraping it away. So any of these seeds of the plants that I don't want to grow that I've cut, maybe they're being dragged away as well. So I guess there's benefits either way. I'm gonna get this thing fired up, get back to work. So now we have my new custom B120 wheel horse with a pull start Kohler 12 horse engine. We have this 8-inch plow. I've never used it. I kind of just eyeballed the setup as far as my suck point and my frog here. And I'm about 2 inches high. So if I need to, I'm actually going to go 2 turns for my first furrow, and then I'll get off and turn it back 2 turns if it does work. That will account for my tires not being in a furrow yet and then being in a furrow. Now I also get to try out my new 200 pounds per rear wheel weights. Remember, these are fluid filled 50 pound outside wheel weights, 100 pound inside wheel weights, massive chains. I don't have a feeling traction will be an issue today. We'll see how it works anyway. This is that dirty 8-inch plow. I bought this at the big show. The guy that I bought it from, I don't believe ever used it. It was so far out of whack as far as the setup goes. There's no way that a wheel horse could have pulled it. But anyway, I'll be pulling with this rock shaft. Ooh, I bet that's not gonna work out so well. I should probably see if I can bend that back in place and latch it. Or I'll be looking for another chain link. So I'm gonna do that real quick and see if I can get this pulling through the ground. You know, I could probably go back and put this in a vise and attach it, crimp it down so that way it'll latch quicker than this, but I'm kind of just trying to see if I can do a field fix. That's kind of part of what tractors are all about. Back in the day, a farmer couldn't just go to his fabrication shop. A farmer had to figure out how to keep his tractor moving in the ground. So yeah, my 8-inch plow is disconnected. My tractor is not stuck. I have a small clip. This is kind of just a personal quest. I am close. I'm also starting to lose faith. I don't know if you remember how it was before, but I'm just trying to get that extra 5/16 of an inch, maybe 3/8, which actually seems like a lot now that I'm, you know, so close but so far away. Okay, I give up. I could make it work. I could also just go find something in the shop, which is what I'm gonna do. 3 minutes including travel time. Back in business, there was some wire on this pile of chain here, and so I wrapped it around that latch. Hopefully it will keep it together for a few rounds. The things we figure out. I'm all the way down, but this chain is actually just going straight down instead of out. So I'm gonna take this apart. I'm gonna add a few more links, maybe just one more link, see how much travel I get. Who knows if this is gonna work? I don't know. Well, things are not working out in my best interest, and it's time to go. I got things to do, and we're gonna get a known good wheel horse plowing machine into the food plot next. This is kind of ridiculous. I got a few things going against me. This rock shaft limits my travel a whole bunch, which I was aware of that, but I thought maybe I'd give it a shot. I have no front weight, so the plow's grabbing me and pulling me all over the place. I can't steer. And with that dirty, filthy plow, nothing's rolling off. So, till next time. So we've got reliable old putt-putt. We've got an 8-inch plow that I have pulled with putt-putt. Things are not plowing amazing. I also managed to do something to the drive belt. I don't know exactly what, but I've got no tension. I don't know if it came off of the tensioner pulley or if maybe the tensioner pulley came unscrewed. We'll see. I'll have to get that belt guard off. But as I was putting things away, I noticed that is promising. Well, moment of truth. Let's see what happened. I guess that'll do it. It might be time for a new belt. See those tracks by the water hole? That's why we do this. So I do have another belt in stock. I believe it's a 1/2 by 70, so we will walk up to the barn and get another one. Luckily, this food plot mix that I have suggests that it should be planted between August and September, so I'm still on time. But I'd really like to get these plots done because that's just the first of many. So I definitely need to up my game as far as land clearing, land tilling, and video recording goes. I think that's coyote scat. Pretty sure. Anyway, but we'll get there, I think. I tell you what, this is not ideal. This ground is super hard. It has been beat down by rain and sun, and this clover is just packing up the trash. I've tried with and without the coulter wheel. I even took a file and I sharpened that disc, and it's just a struggle today. Last year I did this half moon shaped semicircle food plot, and I also cut one here this year. So I'm going to have one near my tree that's running this way. I had one there and one there across the road from each other last year, and I just tilled that as a long strip, and I'll probably still separate it so I can have my little road. And then I have one here and here. I'm gonna call this done. Now, I didn't do any mowing here, and there's a lot of long grass that's flipped over, and none of this is going to be perfect. I can see the deer walking through this property and just hitting the raw dirt, just the dirt itself, they find a lot of interest in. And they also mosey through this Queen Anne's lace and all the other things that are growing, and it doesn't seem to bother them. Part of these strip plots in this plan is that I don't want it to be perfect. I'm not doing any roundup or anything like that because I don't want to kill the natural things that are growing. I want to roll them under let that feed the soil. Some of it will still grow through, but the deer are going to find the things that they want to eat through those weeds and patches and everything else. I've got 2 different seeds. They're both summer, fall plot mixes. And normally I go to the farm store, the elevator in town, and I get radish, clover, turnips, and rape. This year I went a different route, and I just went to Tractor Supply and got 2 of their food plot blends in a bag. Call me lazy. That's all right. Hopefully something will grow. I'm gonna get the seeder spreader fired up. That would be my right hand. I'm ready. I'm warmed up. And I think I'm gonna throw some seed down and call this done. Hopefully the dew at night and the drag covering up some of that seed will provide enough moisture until it rains again. I really wanted to do this before all these big hurricane rains came through, but I missed it because that's life. I'm willing to bet something's gonna grow. Everything out here is good and green and healthy this year, and none of that's been irrigated. So we're gonna cross our fingers. We're gonna wish us a little luck and see how it rolls.